atmosphere was already charged before the Los Angeles Dodgers took the field against the St. Louis Cardinals. The tension wasn't just about the game itself, but something that had happened hours earlier, a moment that Clayton Kershaw, one of baseball's all-time great pitchers, couldn't ignore. Before the match, the Cardinals displayed a video on the big screen at the stadium. And it wasn't just any clip. It was a highlight from the 2014 National League Division Series, showing a critical moment that still stings for Dodgers fans. The video featured Matt Adams, the Cardinals' first baseman, smashing a 3-run home run off Kershaw in the bottom of the 7th inning of Game 4. A homer that ultimately sealed the Dodgers' elimination from that postseason. Watching that clip was clearly more than just a reminder of a past moment. It was a deliberate move to get inside Kershaw's head, and the veteran pitcher didn't hold back his feelings about it after the game. He described the Cardinals' decision to show the replay as a bit of a Bush League tactic. It was an old school, almost petty way to try and gain a psychological edge, but Kershaw said he expected nothing less from the rivalry. Despite the annoyance, it didn't seem to rattle him at all. If anything, it fueled a remarkable performance. On the mound, that day, Kershaw took the mound and showed why he remains one of the most feared pitchers in baseball. He threw 5 strong innings, striking out 7 batters, allowing just 1 run and giving up 6 hits with 0 walks. Over the course of 82 pitches, he was in complete control, proving that while the Cardinals might have tried to get under his skin with that video, his focus and skill remained unmatched. To fully appreciate why Kershaw might take the Cardinals' stunt so personally, it helps to look back at that 2014 season, which was arguably the pinnacle of his career. That year, Kershaw was simply unstoppable. He finished the regular season with 21 wins and a mind-blowing earned run average of 1.77 over nearly 200 innings pitched. His dominance was clear in every aspect. 6 complete games, 239 strikeouts, and only 31 walks, which gave him the highest strikeout-to-walk ratio of his career during any season with more than 10 starts. Those numbers didn't just lead the National League, they led all of Major League Baseball. His pitching WAR, which measures the value a pitcher adds over a replacement player, was an incredible 8.2. It was a season that cemented his legacy, earning him not only his 3rd Cy Young Award, but also the National League Most Valuable Player trophy. Kershaw was only 26 years old at the time, but his performance that year was one of the most accomplished ever by a pitcher in modern baseball history. However, despite all the individual success, that postseason still left a bitter taste. The Dodgers, who had racked up 94 wins and were tied for the 3rd best record in the league, saw their magical run come to a crashing halt far earlier than anyone expected. The elimination, especially in such a dramatic and painful way, was a tough pill to swallow. Adding salt to the wound, the bitter rivals from San Francisco, the Giants, went on to capture the World Series trophy that October, despite only making it in as a wildcard team. While the Dodgers and Kershaw were left to reflect on what could have been, the Giants were celebrating their championship glory, which made the rivalry between these teams even more intense. So when the Cardinals flashed that home run video years later, it wasn't just a random throwback, it was a reminder of the postseason heartbreak that Kershaw has carried with him. It's understandable why he found that moment disrespectful, especially considering the way he poured everything into that historic season and how abruptly it ended. But rather than letting it get to him, Kershaw turned that irritation into fuel. His performance against the Cardinals showed once again why he remains a dominant force, a pitcher who can shut down even the most intense rivalries and distractions. The dynamic between Kershaw and the Cardinals is a perfect example of how baseball isn't just about stats or talent, it's also about pride, history, and mind games. The intensity of the rivalries, the moments that linger in memory for years, all of that adds layers to the sport that make each game about so much more than just a score. Kershaw's reaction, his pointed words about the Cardinals' move, and his subsequent performance on the mound are a testament to his competitive fire and professionalism. Even as one of the best pitchers ever, he doesn't take lightly when the opposing team tries to get into his head with tactics like that, and yet he channels it into his game, proving time and again why he is such a respected figure in baseball. That day was a reminder to fans and rivals alike. Clayton Kershaw is not only a master on the mound, but also someone who won't be disrespected lightly. The history, the rivalry, and the drive to prove himself are all part of what makes watching Kershaw so compelling, whether you're a Dodgers fan or just a lover of baseball drama. Looking deeper into that 2014 season, it becomes clear why it still resonates so strongly with Kershaw and Dodgers fans. That year, he wasn't just dominant, he was practically untouchable. His pitching was a masterclass in control, power, and precision. Every time he took the mound, opposing batters knew they were facing one of the best arms the game had ever seen. His fastball had pinpoint accuracy, his curveball was devastating, and his ability to mix pitches kept hitters guessing at every turn. That combination made Kershaw a nightmare to face, and the numbers back it up. To win 21 games in a season with an ERA under 2 points is a feat rarely seen, and it perfectly showcased just how far ahead of the competition he was. The intensity of the season makes the playoff exit all the more heartbreaking. For Kershaw, who had carried the Dodgers on his shoulders all year long, the sudden end was not just disappointing, it was a personal blow. The home run by Matt Adams wasn't just a run on a scoreboard. It was a symbol of that crushing defeat, a moment frozen in time that the Cardinals brought back to haunt him years later. It's easy to see why that replay felt like an insult. It wasn't just a reminder of a past loss. It was a message that still stings, challenging his legacy in the heat of the rivalry. But what really stands out about Kershaw is how he handled that pressure and disappointment over the years. Instead of letting it define him or weigh him down, he used it as motivation. His reaction to the video, calling it Bush League, was more than just a dismissal. It was a statement of confidence and resilience. Kershaw wasn't about to let some recycled clip shake his focus or diminish his value as a competitor. Instead, he turned that slight into fuel for his performance, showing the kind of mental toughness that separates the greats from the rest. Throughout his career, Kershaw has built a reputation not only as an elite pitcher, but also as a player with an unshakable mindset. Whether it's handling high-pressure playoff games, bouncing back from injury, or facing trash talk from rivals, he consistently demonstrates a level of professionalism that's rare in sports. That day against the Cardinals was just another example of how he channels every challenge into his craft. The rivalry between the Dodgers and the Cardinals has always been intense, with history and tradition adding layers of meaning to each encounter. That kind of animosity is common in baseball, where decades of battles, dramatic games, and memorable moments create a backdrop of competition that goes beyond just the players on the field. When you add in players like Kershaw, who carry both the weight of legacy and the desire to prove themselves every time they pitch, it makes these games electric. Kershaw's story is also one of evolution. The 2014 season marked the peak of his individual accolades, but his career didn't stop there. Since then, he's faced injuries, changes in his pitching style, and the natural challenges that come with age. Yet he's adapted and remained a key figure in the Dodgers' rotation. That ability to reinvent himself and keep performing at a high level is part of what makes him so respected among teammates, opponents, and fans alike. In many ways, Kershaw represents the ideal blend of talent, work ethic, and mental toughness. The way he handled the slight from the Cardinals by dominating on the mound and speaking candidly about the disrespect is a perfect example of his character. He doesn't back down from confrontation, but he lets his game do the talking. That's the hallmark of a true champion. The impact of Kershaw's 2014 season and the bitter memories of that postseason loss still influence how fans and players view him. It's a reminder that even the greatest athletes face setbacks and heartbreaks. But what defines them is how they respond. Kershaw's ability to rise above, to channel frustration into excellence, is what keeps his legend alive. And the Dodgers, a team with a rich history and high expectations, rely on leaders like Kershaw to set the tone. His experience and competitive fire help guide younger players and elevate the team's overall performance. Moments like the one against the Cardinals show how much he cares about winning and how deeply invested he is in the team's success. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are swirling in the sports world about Steve Garvey, the former baseball star, who appears to be going through some challenging times. Although no official statements have been made, insiders close to Garvey hint at personal struggles that could be affecting his public and private life. Fans and analysts alike are starting to speculate whether these difficulties might impact his legacy or future involvement in the sport. Garvey, known for his outstanding career in Major League Baseball, especially with the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres, has always been a figure admired not only for his skill on the field, but also for his leadership and charismatic presence. Now, rumors suggest that behind the scenes, things may not be as smooth as they once seemed. There are murmurings about potential health concerns or family issues, though nothing concrete has emerged to confirm these theories. The sports community is watching closely, with many hoping that Garvey receives the support he needs during this uncertain period. Conversations among insiders suggest that the pressures of life after an intense athletic career can sometimes lead to unexpected hardships. Given Garvey's stature in the game, these speculations have sparked a broader discussion about how former athletes navigate life beyond their professional peak. Social media has seen an uptick in messages from fans expressing concern and wishing Garvey well, but also questioning whether more information will soon surface. Some believe this could be a turning point for the legend, who might either choose to step back from the spotlight or alternatively make a comeback in some capacity. Others wonder if these rumors could prompt a public statement or reveal more about his current situation. While it's too early to draw any conclusions, the buzz surrounding Steve Garvey's difficulties has certainly caught the attention of sports fans worldwide. The coming weeks might bring clarity or confirmation, but for now, all eyes remain on this baseball icon as the story develops. Will Garvey overcome these challenges and emerge stronger, or will this period mark a quiet chapter in his life? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the sports world is watching with bated breath. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.